Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond Loss, Loving Life with Karen Chaston. I'm Karen Chaston and it is so great to have you here today. It is Monday the 1st of February and already 1 month gone in 2021. Isn't it amazing? And I just love the fact that we have moved into February, into the month, I guess, the energy of Aquarius. And as we know, we're all moving into the age of Aquarius. And hi, Jess. Great to see you here. And thank you for being here. So I've got a few little things that I'd like to discuss today. And first of all, I'm going to read to you what February is all about on my little desk calendar. Hi, Shazza. Hi, Kerry. Great to see you here. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Kim. Excellent. So let's start off first of all, that we're going to deep dive into what February is all about according to the Louise Hay calendar that I have. So February is all about positive affirmations. Let me know, do you like to read affirmations to yourself? Do you have a set of affirmations that each morning that you wake up in and you look in the mirror and you go, this is it. I am the most amazing person. I can do anything today. I am worthy. You know, things like that. Let me know if you have any affirmations that you love to say to yourself. Also, so February is all about positive affirmations are becoming a natural part of my everyday life. The more I say them, the better I feel and the better my life gets. Negative thoughts and expectations are fading from my reality. Isn't that amazing when you realize that? Every day this month will be filled with love and joy. I declare it to be so, and so it is. So, hello, Sandra. Hi, Terry. Hi, Katty. And Kim, thank you. Love positive affirmations, but I don't have a good set. Okay. Why don't you have a good set, Kim? You know, maybe that's something that I'll talk about next week, positive affirmations. Today I'm all set up. We're going to talk about our beliefs and the way that we can change our beliefs. And, you know, our beliefs are not set in stone, and more than likely your beliefs aren't even your own. So we're going to do a little quick exercise, which is part of my Revitalize Your Life series. And I know that Kerry is deep diving into the Revitalize Your Life. So I'd love for you to share your thoughts in where you're at and what you're enjoying and what you're not enjoying about it, Kerry, because I can always enhance it and make the experience better. So that's what February is all about. And today's affirmation is, let me just grab it. It is now safe for me to forgive all of my childhood traumas. I am free. Now, childhood traumas is another subject, let's face it, that we could spend forever chatting about. Because, you know, there's so many things that we carry, and some of them we aren't even consciously aware that we're carrying. So the more that we do release them, the better, of course, it can be. Another little thing that I like to talk about, as you know, before I come on, I love to, good on you, Saja. There is nothing better than an I am CD, because I am, if we're not aware, when we say I am, we are connecting ourselves to the greater being, the creator, the almighty Father, Mother, God, creator. And it doesn't matter what you call the creator. As long as you are aware that you are part of the creator, they live inside of you. It lives inside of all of us. It's what connects us all together, and we are all one. And it is the I am is connecting us to our oneness, the oneness of us all being connected, which I just so totally love. It's a great awareness for us all to have. So I'm now going to read my little card, which is called Compass, which I drew for the gift for the group today. I don't do personal cards. I am not a medium. I am a Beyond Loss mentor, and I love to help people to move beyond any kind of loss. And there are over 45 different kinds of loss, to help them to come more into their love, into understanding that loss is actually a gift. It is helping us to maybe pivot in our lives, to look at something different, to know that we are here on a journey to learn many lessons. And in our lessons, there is these amazing gifts. And a lot of the times, because of our beliefs, because of the ways that we, live our lives, and we don't realize that there is a gift for us. And that's why we're going to work on beliefs in just a sec. So let me read the compass question, and our guidance for today, which is about compass. And it's for all of us. It's not just for me. So ancient tools are at hand. The soul will align. Seek the compass for your inner guidance and balance within the turmoil of life. So appropriate. I just love these cards. They are so connected to what I do and the messages that I have for everyone that I just love. And let's face it, all my messages are just a guidance, just assisting you to maybe look at things from a different perspective, to assist you to go, is this right? To question your life. Because I love to say that for every problem that we have in our life, for every situation we have in our life, there is a question waiting to be asked. And for every question waiting to be asked, there is an answer waiting to be revealed. And for every answer that is revealed, there is an action step waiting to be taken. And for every action step that you take, you move one step closer to the life that you can live and love each and every day. And I am just here as a mentor, as a guide, to assist you to move closer and closer and closer to the life that you have been dreaming about. So I really appreciate the fact that you are here. So let me continue reading this compass card for today. Okay, so ancient tools are at hand. The soul will align. Seek the compass for your inner guidance and balance within the turmoil of life. We dream to create a safe passage through the uncharted waters of life. The compass will always guide you into a safe harbour. Look towards the horizon. There is a solution coming. Wait patiently as you watch for it to flow your way. You are unaware to the power within. Seek its guidance and ride the wave, allowing the current of energy to guide you until you are on safe shore. Today, the compass has arrived to guide your direction. Do not waste this opportunity to move forward in strength and direction. Now, let me know if that card resonates with you today. I'm pretty sure it will. There'll be something in there. The fact that you're here today on this call or on this live with us, it means that this message is for you today. So let us know how you're feeling. So Kerry, thank you for commenting on the Revitalize Your Life 45 days. Great to see, Steph, that this card is definitely for you. It always is. And it's just so amazing that we just rock up when we're meant to, hear the messages, relate to it. And it's fantastic. So, Kerry, talking about my 45 days, great to see, Caddy, that it relates. Of course it does. I know it does. It's just the way the universe sort of guides us, our oneness guides us to be here and to know that we're never alone. It's all just about us asking, and it's amazing how this thing will just rock up for us and it'll be perfect, just exactly the way that it's meant to be. Because sometimes we do feel all alone. Sometimes we feel that no one understands us, no one gets us, no one can possibly understand what we're going through. And you know what? It's true. When you lose someone or when you're going through something in your life which can be perceived as negative, no one can understand what you're going through. But it is about you being able to share what you're going through, because we need to understand that every relationship is unique. So there's not going to be two relationships that are the same. So if, for example, you're going through a divorce and you start talking to someone else who has been through a divorce, it will be different because the two relationships, like the two different marriages, were different. There were two unique people in each of those relationships. So therefore, there's no way that the divorce and the scenario can be exactly the same. They may be able to understand what you're going through when you talk to them, but they will never completely understand how you're feeling. It's impossible. And once we realize that, it makes it a lot easier for us to ask people to just to be there to listen, not to listen to respond, just to listen so that you've got a sounding board, because the more that we get it out of our body into this reality, this realm, it makes it a lot easier for them to ask the questions. As I said earlier, the more questions that we ask of ourselves, the easier it can become for us to find our answers. And our answers are going to be different to the other person's answers because of our beliefs, which is why I want to talk to you about beliefs today. So I'm going to go through a 10-step process, which is all part of the 45-day Revitalize Your Life series that Kerry's been going through. And I'll just read what Kerry has to say about it. And I really appreciate you being on the call. So Kerry says she's enjoying the course. It makes me really think about her thoughts, her beliefs, her values, and questions that some questions to take me longer than others. Yeah, and some questions do take you to answer longer than others, because when we start to deep dive into ourselves, it really does assist us to not only to get to know ourselves. And I know that might sound ridiculous, especially, when you're, in your 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s like I am. It does make it a little bit like, how come I don't know myself? And you know what? Probably because you've never done the deep dive into yourself. And that's where it's really important for us to start to know that the more that we deep dive into ourselves, the more that we will actually get to know who we are. And the more that we get to know who we are, the more that we can break down, are these beliefs that I have been carrying all of my life actually working for you? So I'm going to give you a 10 little step thing for you to say, is this working for me? So the first step, I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste them. So the first step is, so into the notes, I'm going to post this. So this is the first step. Okay. So the first step that I'd like you to actually ask yourself is, what is your most powerful and debilitating limiting belief? Okay. So let me stick it up here so I can show you. Okay. So this is the first one. So what is your most powerful and debilitating limiting belief? Okay. So you could say something, just say if it's something that's stopping you from moving forward, or it could be a limiting belief like, I have to work hard in order to get ahead in life. If I don't work hard, I'm not going to be financially secure. Okay. Now, this is a belief, which, believe me, is a very limiting belief that we could all get rid of. Okay. Or it could be something like, we can continue on with the divorce scenario that we sort of have just made up. It could be, I will never get over this divorce. I will never find love again. Now, this is a belief that is going to really limit us and debilitate us. Okay. So whatever belief you want to work on while we're going through this today, and we've got, like 45 minutes. So just grab whatever belief that you have. And then the second question that you're going to, so let me hide that. The second question that you're going to, this is fun, isn't it? I'm so glad I got these questions right next to me. Makes it so much easier for me to copy and paste it in. So work with me and, please write any questions. So the second question, okay, so we've got the belief we're going to work on. Whatever belief you want it to be, it doesn't matter what belief it is, this will work to you. And then you're going to say, why do I have this limiting belief? Okay? So why do you have this limiting belief? This is really important for you to actually understand. Is it actually your belief? Or is it something that your parents instilled in you? Is it something that, your friends have instilled with you, your teachers? It could even be in your DNA that goes back centuries and centuries and centuries. It could have been the fact that you have brought it into this life with you. It doesn't mean it's true. But what we want you to do is we want you to find out why you have this belief. And you can keep writing. There might be 10, 20, 30, 100 different reasons why you are carrying this limiting belief. Okay? It doesn't really matter why you have it. We just want to figure out, there is no wrong or right answer. This is really, really cool, and it's really, really important for you to understand that in this exercise, there is no wrong or right. There is just your answers, okay? And a lot of the times when we think, I don't want to get it wrong, it stops us from doing that deep dive in. So I really want to make this clear to you that there is no wrong or right answer. There is just your answer. So this is really, really cool for you to do it. So once you've answered that, right, I'm so glad that I'm putting all these questions into the chat for you to make it easier for you to do it later. So here's the third one, right? So I'm going to enter on that. I'll get rid of that one that I'm showing. So the third one is, so I'll show it. How has this belief affected my life? Now, this is really important. So let me go back to the scenario, like, for example, where I had a belief that if I don't work hard, I will not get ahead in life. And, why did I have this belief? I can tell you right now, it was instilled in me from a young age from my parents and my grandparents who worked hard all of their life. And yes, they did succeed, but, it was at the expense of their health. And to be quite honest, a lot of their relationships within the family and with outside of it, because they were working hard all the time, it was really hard for them to have a proper, loving relationship with their children and their grandchildren because they were working all the time. And I was exactly the same. And I was going along that path until my son passed. And that's when I started to really question this belief. And the one great thing for us to look at and for us to understand is that we don't have to work hard in order to achieve in life. We can work a lot smarter. And let's face it, in the world that we live in today, we can so easily work smarter and achieve so much more. We have so many things available to make it easier for us. So once you actually start to look at the way that this has affected your life, you can really start to say, well, is it actually serving me to have this belief? Which brings us to number 4. And when I find my mouse, I will bring it up. This is fun. I'm having so much fun with these questions. I hope you are. Type in and let me know if you're having fun actually doing this exercise and figuring out, how we're going to get rid of some of these limiting beliefs that are maybe serving us and maybe not. So let's go in here and we now bring up number 4, which is there any current truth to this limiting belief? Okay, so let's have a look at it. So is it true, right? So we're going to work on the fact, I'll just go with this scenario about working. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a belief about your health. It could be a belief about your wealth. It could be a belief about any relationship, about your divorce, about this loss, a loss of a loved one. It could be any belief on how to move forward after loss. So many times there's a belief, well, just give it time. Well, is this true that I have to give it time before I can get over it? Is it true that if I just keep busy, I'll get over it? I can tell you right now, no, it's not. I did that after my son passed away. I went straight back to work, and I worked really, really hard and, giving it time and keeping busy so I would get over it. Well, it didn't. All I did was just shove it down, 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 further and further and further. And it was a belief that wasn't serving me. And it was a belief that it was not assisting me to get over it, because all I did was I worked harder, I ate more, and I drank more because I was shoving down the emotions of my son passing. So, and so I've wrapped all these beliefs in together: work harder, get ahead, give it time, it'll be okay. And of course, if you keep busy, you're distracted. So these are beliefs which are very, very limiting. So are they true? Are they serving you? These are the questions. Thanks, Caddy. It is confronting, but it is necessary, because the more we deep dive into our beliefs and follow this really easy 10-step process, and we're up to number 4, we can start to create the life that we want to live and love each and every day. But we've got to get rid of these beliefs. And as I said, we've got to find out what the belief is we want to work on. We've got to find out, why do we have this belief? Is it even our belief? And probably 95% of the time, you're going to come up with, no, it is not our belief. And then, of course, we're going to go, how has this belief affected my life? And I can tell you it's not good. And then we're going to go, well, is it any current truth to this limiting belief? And more than likely, you're going to come up with, no, there is none. So then we come up with the 5th one, right? Which is the start of actually helping us to know that it is not serving us. So then we come up with the 5th belief, which is, how would your life be different without this belief? Now, isn't that a great question to ask yourself? Okay, so if I didn't believe that I had to work hard in order to get, ahead in life, to, come to that financial freedom stage that we're all seeking, how would my life be different? Well, then I'd start to look at different ways to have income, which didn't require me to work hard. I could start to work smarter. I could start to have a business where I have employees, so I'm not the one doing 100% of the effort. Or I could start to have a business where I can get residual income from. I can have investments where I can get money from. So my money is starting to work for me, as opposed to me having to do all of the work. I could have programs where I can make them once and sell them many times. Or I can start to look at all these different ways how my life would be different if I didn't have this belief. Is that starting to make sense? And keep writing in and letting me know how you're following this and if it's working for you. So then we move on to number 6. So after we've come up with all of those sort of ways, like, how would my life be different without of it? You're starting to go, wow, this is really starting to work with us. So we come into number 6. Let me just get rid of that one. We come into number 6 and we come up with, what would you be willing? Now, would you be willing to write down your limiting belief on a piece of paper and seal it up in an envelope for a week? Okay, so what we're actually doing, we're physically writing down the belief that we wrote down in number 1, and we're going to put it into an envelope and we're going to seal it away. So for a whole week, we are going to live our life as though this belief has gone away. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? And what we're going to do is we're going to have it all go away, and we're going to say, right, this is life without this belief. We're going to live that way for a whole week. So you're going to ask yourself, are you willing to do that? Because when you're willing to do that, believe it or not, we can then move on to number 7, okay? And we're going to come up with, are you ready? This is so exciting. I love this exercise because it really does make a difference to all of your life. So much so when you actually do this. So let me enter this. And then we're going to move on to number 7, and we're going to say what are 3 to 5 small manageable actions you could take on your goal, right? So in number 5, we said, how would your life be different if you didn't have this belief, right? So we wrote down all the different things that we could do without it. So now we're going to say, okay, I want 3 to 5 small manageable tasks that you can actually do towards having your life different without this goal this week while your limiting belief is sealed away. How exciting is this? It's so exciting. Let me know in the comments if you're finding this exciting or it's just me. Because personally, the more I get rid of my limiting beliefs, the more I am walking towards achieving all of my goals in my life. It's moving me one step over, because let's face it, there is always a gap between where you are today and where you want to be. And it's about closing that gap and closing that gap and closing that gap. So this exercise really assists you to close the gap from where you are today to where you want to be. Because let's face it, we all want to be in the future creating the life that we want. So that's what we're about to do. Okay? So when you've got your 3 to 5 manageable steps, guess what? You're going to take them. Because you've asked yourself the questions, you've found the answers, you're now taking those action steps, and those action steps are moving you closer and closer and closer and closer to your future you, right? And believe me, today me or yesterday me is going to thank you. Future me is going to go, I love you for those action steps that you've taken. I'm now living this life that I've been dreaming about forever. Thank you for busting through all of those limiting beliefs that you did on the 1st of February, 2021, when you tuned in to Karen to find these 10 easy steps. They're 10 easy steps. And of course, they're confronting. Anything that's worthwhile is confronting because it's taking you out of your comfort zone. And we all love to be in our comfort zone. Okay. Katie, good on you and thank you. I'm excited to send out my resume this week. I'm not going to hold back. Good on you. Katie, tell me what a limiting belief you had about sending out your resume. Let's have a look at that and let's see if we can really bust through it in these next 3 steps that I'm about to give you. Because when you send out your resume this week, you can do it with love and gratitude and with the energy of placing your energy into there on who you want to be when you're doing it. You're not qualified for the role. Excellent. Let's bust through. What are those duties that you're not qualified for? You know, in your cover letter, let's actually address the elephant in the room is the fact that you're not qualified. Okay, so you're qualified in your I'm going to say you're qualified in your knowledge. You're just not paper qualified. Is that correct, Katie? As in you don't have a degree, or is it experience you're not qualified in, or is it the fact that you don't have that little bit of paper? Because there's a huge difference, you know, energetically wise, because I know for a fact, you know, I'm going to take you back into the 90s, right? And that's like 30 years ago. Oh my God, when I think about it, it's probably 25 years ago. So I was, it would have been 94, 95, and I would have been around 38 at that stage. Yes, I'm 64 later this year. So what it was I was doing this job. I was actually working at Dreamworld on the Gold Coast, and I was the financial systems manager. And my CFO walked up to me, and it was the greatest thing he ever said to me. And he said, Karen, if you want to achieve the money that you think you are worth, you need to go and get that bit of paper. You're doing the job without the bit of paper. But if you want to go to another company, you will definitely require the bit of paper. Oh, you have the degree, but you don't have the experience, Katie. Well, that's really interesting. Wow. So you have the experience in your head, in theory, just not, oh, well, you've got that, girl. You have so got that. And if you want help in writing your cover letter, just reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you. But if not, you sound like you've got it anyway. So what I'm going to say is, I'll just finish this story quickly. So I went off to Bond University at 38, and I didn't have an undergrad degree, but my 20 years of working experience got me straight into a master's degree. 2.5 years later, I walked out with my master's of accounting. Then for the next 2 years, I did my CPA whilst working full time and having teenage children, 3 teenage boys. I did my master's degree and my CPA, and I can tell you right now, I would never have got my CFO role of a publicly listed company, which, gave me the experience to be able to know how not to live life. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. What's part of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Obviously Dan's passing nearly 10 years ago, 9.5 years ago, led me into becoming a Beyond Loss mentor, but also through my growth of, being a senior manager and a CFO for more than 25 years, it really did assist me to become the person who I am here today. And I wish I had all this understand you. So, yeah, Tara, yours is the piece of paper. Yeah. But you know what? When you've got the experience, you can go so far. You may not be able to go all the way. Like there's no way you can't be a CFO without an accounting degree and either a CPA or a CA. So I needed those for that job. But it doesn't mean you can't do the jobs under. And it is about you getting past this limiting belief that this piece of paper isn't even going to get me onto the ladder. Okay. Hi, Zoe. Nice to see you here. So reach out, girls, if you want to. So now we're going on to number 8. Let me just copy it. So it looks like you've just popped in. What we're doing is we're working through a 10-step process on how to bust through any limiting beliefs. So you can go back and look at them. Each of the steps are being highlighted here. As you can clearly see, there's step 8. So now I'm going to bring a step 7, and here is step 8. Okay. So step 8 is, after we have done it, what is a new belief that you could consider adopting whilst your current belief is locked away? Okay. So, for example, Tara and Katie, you could easily say, I don't have the physical experience, but I have the book smart experience. So I can do that. And you can actually say that in your interview. You know what? I'm a great problem solver. If I don't know the answer, I will let you know, but then I will go and seek the answer. And I'm a really quick learner. So it may be an issue to start with, but, within a month or two, you'll realize that, oh my God, you do have the experience because of the way, and you're also bringing a different perspective. Highlight that in your interview, that you don't have the physical experience, which is great. So then you're open to learn to do it the way that they would prefer to do. Sometimes when people have experience, they bring their know-how in, and it may not fit in with the way the company would like things done. So the fact that you've actually got the book smarts, but not the physical experience, will assist you to be able to blend in more to the way that they would like to do. But you also bring in an added bonus of knowing that you will say, have you thought it this way? You're a person, I can tell you right now, I am a person who always asked, no matter what job I did, even before or after I had my piece of paper, so to speak, I was always a person that always asked a question. And this is the question that I really feel fits into what we're doing now. Is there a better way? Is there a better way to do this? Is there an easier way? Is there something that I really ideally would be great for me to look at? Is there a better way? Is there a better way? So no matter what task I did, I was always continually asking myself, is there a better way? Is there a better way? Is there a better way? So in this case, is there a better belief? Is there a belief that's going to serve me better? Is there a belief that is actually going to take me from where I am today to where I want to be? Because that's where I want to be in the future. So how am I going to get there? I need a different set of beliefs. You can always Einstein. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Einstein who actually said, what your habits are only going to get you so far. If you want to go up to here, you actually need a different way of doing things to take you from here, where you are like just surviving, probably even choking yourself, to be up here. You do need different habits, different beliefs, a different person, to maybe a different perspective to take you from where you are today to where you want to be. And that's why we're busting through these beliefs, to assist you to get through there. That's why I became a Beyond Loss mentor, because when my son passed, and then when I lost my job, 15 months later, I knew that there wasn't anything that I resonate there. There wasn't a therapist. There wasn't a psychiatrist. There wasn't a program that I felt actually took you from whatever loss happened in your life. And there are over 40 different loss events that can affect every single one of our lives. So it's really important for us to know that it was me going, there has to be a better way. There has to be a way that it's not just us going in and doing all our avoidance tactics. Sure, I did all that. But there is a thing to actually figure out, is there a better way that will take me from where I am today to where I want to be? And that is my greatest advice I can give anyone, is start asking yourself these questions. Exactly. Okay. So number 8 is, what is the new belief that you could consider adopting whilst your current beliefs is taking? Right, I'm going to go to answer some of these questions. So Tara, yes, I'm going to make videos every day of my passion every week to step out of my comfort zone and to try to program a more powerful belief action. Okay, Tara, that's fantastic. Please, the only thing I'm going to add to that is to make sure you share the videos, okay? It's really good to make them, but when we put ourselves out there, that's really getting us out of our comfort zone, as you can say. Hi, Kelly. Great to see you here. I always ask you, is there a better way? That's fantastic, a more efficient way. I've always get in trouble at work for asking. I no longer work at either place. Okay, maybe the question is, why am I getting into trouble? To actually help you to improve your systems, to look at it a better way so that we can be more profitable, to do it more efficiently. Why are you limiting the money and the income that you can actually earn through not always asking this question? Innovation is, the greatest skill that every single one of us can have, because let's face it, if it wasn't people, who kept asking, is there a better way? Is there a better way? We'd still be stuck. We wouldn't have the internet. I wouldn't be here talking to you. We wouldn't have had Steve Jobs and all of those people inventing, PCs that became something standard in every single home. When they first came out, computers were, took up a whole floor on a building. And look at them now. They're incredible. So it is always about asking, is there a better way? Tara, good on you. Yes, share it. Make myself seen. Good on you. Yeeks. No, it's not. And if you need any help with it, I know a lot of people who can help you. I don't know if you're connected to Melissa Groom, the visibility mentor. She has this great program that will assist you to do your videos. She actually has a 30-day video challenge. So just type in Melissa Groom Visibility Mentor. She also has a show that she does every Saturday, I think 12 o'clock on the spiritual events directory. So yeah, like reach out to her. She'll keep you accountable in that 30-day video challenge. I'm sure she's got another one starting real soon. Okay, let's move on to number 9. Here, I'll type in her name here before I bring in the other one. Melissa Groom. I think she calls herself the Visibility Mentor. Yep, just type that in. Reach out to her. You'll see her. I'm pretty sure she's got a show on the Spiritual Events Directory, 12 or 12:30 every Saturday. Yeah, you can Google. Just type it into Facebook. She does her 30-day video challenge in Facebook. And I think it might be even called Melissa Groom 30-Day Video Challenge. She's got a whole lot of stuff. So that will help you to get out there and bust through these beliefs. Okay, we're moving on to number 9 now. How great's this? I hope you're having fun. Type it into the notes. Let me know. I am having so much fun. Okay, so the number 9 is, in what way is this new belief true? Okay, so we've started with an old belief. Okay, and we said, you know, why do I have this limiting belief? Because it's limiting you. Most of your beliefs limit you. Unless you have done this exercise and deep dived into the beliefs that are going to serve you and help you to grow and become the person that you want to be, most of them are limiting. So it's time for us to bust through them. And this exercise can be done with all of your beliefs. I'm just going to take a quick sip because I've been talking for like 45 minutes. Thank you. Okay, so that's what we do. So after we say, why do we have this belief, we're going to say, how does this belief affect our lives? And if it's limiting, it's affecting your life. If it's keeping you in your comfort zone, if it's stopping you from being out there, if it's stopping you from sharing the world, it's also affecting the world, because if we all have something unique to give to the world. So by busting through these limiting beliefs, it'll assist us to not only help ourselves, but to help others. And it's really, really important. Okay. The next thing is, so how does it affect you? Is there any current truth to this limiting belief? And you'll go, no. You'll be able to find just as much evidence that proves it right, that proves it wrong. So if it's limiting me, I'm going to bust it. It's gone. And then we're going to deep dive in, how would your life be different without this belief? Now, that's incredible, isn't it? How different would my life be without this belief? It's really important for you to figure it out, because that's where the gold is. Okay, the next thing is, would you be willing to write the belief down, put it in a piece of paper, put it in an envelope, and chuck it in a drawer for a week? So we're going to just live our life without this belief, right? What will you do if you don't have this belief? You know, we've heard that people are going to apply for a job that they haven't got the experience for. They've got the know-how, but not the experience. So why not? What other things are you going to do? You know, we're going to go out there and we're going to create these videos because now is the time. Because I'm putting this limiting belief around. You know, everyone, don't compare yourself to anyone else. Compare yourself to what I like to call yesterday me, right? When I look back at yesterday me and I look at the videos and the things and that I did when I first started this, oh my God, they were completely different to what I'm doing today. So it's really important for you not to compare yourself to anyone else. The only person you compare yourself to is yesterday me, in your case, yesterday you, because then you have the proper comparison. You can see how you're growing. You can see how you're improving. You know, so often we look at someone like Oprah and we go, oh my God, how can I be Oprah? Of course you can't, because you haven't lived Oprah's life. You haven't been on TV for the past 40, 50 years. So it's really important for us to understand that. Compare yourself to only yesterday me. Okay. Okay, Shaja, nice to see you. Hope you watched the replay. Thank you. And thank you for letting me know you were going. I hope you're enjoying this. Okay, so now we're up to, so then we're going to put it, we've put the limiting belief away. So the next step is we are going to do 3 to 5 things in this week while we've locked away this limiting belief on actually going, you know what, I don't have that limiting belief, so I'm going to act like I don't have it. I'm going to create 3 to 5 things in all of the things about how different my life would be because I don't have this thing. And then we're going to say, what is a new belief that I can reconsider? How can I reframe this old belief into a new belief that works for us? And then we're at number 9, which is, in what way is this new belief that I created true? So we can actually see this new belief is actually working for us. And once we can see that it's true, then we're going to say, with this new belief, right, which is really, really important. Just wait for it to come up. There it is. And we're going to go, what can you accomplish with this new belief? Right? So we've taken an old belief. We've figured out why we have it. We've figured out how it's not serving us. We have literally figured out it's time to get rid of it. And we're going to create a new belief that is going to serve us, that is going to assist us to accomplish every single thing in our life. And then we're going to go and create the life that we can live and love each and every day. Now, how cool is that? How easy is that? When you think about it, how easy was that? For you to actually go from, this is my limiting belief, which is really not serving me. I am now going to take the steps, the deep dive into me to find the answers so it will serve me, so that I can actually move and move and move and create my better everyday future. How cool is that? How cool is it? Come on. Let me know. Did you like today's little exercise? Was it fun? I thought it was fun. I must admit, I thought it was so easy. The fact that I had all of my notes there ready to just copy in and to bring them up and to display them for you. So, morning, Jeanette. Nice to see you here. I'm not sure if you came in earlier. Watch the replay because today was a good. What we did today was to assist people to work through their limiting beliefs so that they can become the person that they want to do. And we have so many limiting beliefs when it comes to how we can move beyond loss. And as I say, I'm pretty sure just about every week, we have 40 different loss events, over 40 different loss events that can affect all of our lives. So loss is a journey. Loss is a part of life. It's part of the dance of life. And the dance of life is all about us learning how to move through the infinite possibilities of love and loss. We're either in love or we're in loss. We're not in anything else. And so many of us, when loss comes, because we're not taught how to move beyond loss, we get stuck in it. We get stuck in the loss and we have these beliefs that we're meant to be stuck in this loss for whatever period of time has been ingrained with us from our parents or our grandparents or through watching others, oh, well, I can't be dancing and having fun after I've just lost this person. I've just, separated. I've just lost my job. I've lost my health or whatever the loss is. And we have these beliefs about how we should act after loss. And it's time for us to bust through them because they are stopping us from living our life. Now, it's really important for us all to realize that you are the only person you are going to spend your entire life with. You are in your dance of life. You are the main player in your life. And more than likely, you've been putting yourself last for way too long. And it is a limiting belief that if you look after yourself first, you're being selfish. And maybe that's the belief for you to bust through today, because it is a belief that is not serving you. When you start to put yourself first and you start to give you the love that you deserve as much as anyone else, you will start to not only live and love your life, but everyone who is part of your life is going to love being part of your life, because you will become a different person. So today is that day that if you just start with that one, the limiting belief of putting yourself first. You're not selfish. It's just like, remember when we all used to travel by plane? I know. It was, we all would just hop on a plane and travel anywhere. Well, if you can remember the safety announcement, please put your own oxygen mask on first before you assist others. That's not a realization for us just when we travel. It's a daily realization that when we do put our own oxygen mask on first, we become more vibrant, we become more alive, we have more joy in our life, we will have more love in our life. And then we realize that we can easily move beyond any kind of loss in our life through asking the questions. So I really hope that this has been good for you today. I've really enjoyed presenting this to you, as you can probably tell. So now I'll go to questions. Any more questions, just let me know. Thanks, Kerry. I'm glad it was being helpful. Excellent. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to share. As I said, after Dan passed, I went looking for a better way. And it was through, and believe me, I've been on a long journey. Dan's been gone 9.5 years. And so it's really been an 8-year journey, because I didn't do anything for the first 15 or so months. So it's been an 8-year journey of me coming and finding all of these things to bust through your limiting beliefs, to bust through the way that we all think this is how you do loss. You don't have to be sad. You don't have to be stuck in this spiral for the rest of your life, no matter what loss it is. It's your life. You're here for a reason. You're here to learn lessons. And the easier that you learn the lessons and the gems that every single event is bringing to you, the more that you will grow mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and all of your relationships will grow enormously. And that's what I'm here to do. I know that every single loss event that has happened in my life has happened for a reason, to bring me to go and to seek those answers. And that's why I love sharing what I share. So thank you, Kerry, for letting me know it was helpful. Caddy, thank you for sharing your time with us today to help. Have a deeper think, because that's what life's all about. It's about doing that deep dive into you. And, I love to share a lot of the time that when they were building the earth, Rumi shared with us that they decided to put all of the great treasures on the earth for us all to find. But they didn't want us to find them too easily, because if we find things too easily, we don't value them. And that's true. So the fact that they said, well, where will we put them? And they went, I know, let's put them in the highest mountain. It'll take them a long time to go there. And they said, no, they will go there quite easily. And then they said, well, maybe I will take them in the bottom of the ocean. It'll take them forever to go to the bottom of the ocean, because they can't breathe down there. And they said, no, it won't take them that long to get there. And then the Creator said, I know where I'll put them. I'll put them inside every human being. And they all went, it'll take them a long time to go there. So today is probably your day to start to take that venture into you. And believe me, when you do, it is an unraveling. It's not an easy journey, but it's most the rewarding journey you will ever take in your whole entire life. I highly recommend it. And that is why that's why I create my programs. That's why I share what I share. And so if you would like to be part of the 45-day Revitalize Your Life, there is the link. It's 45 days, and it takes probably no more than 45 minutes each day for you to do it. And each day we have a different activity and a different deep dive into you to find the answers. It's just different awareness. It brings you different joy, different ways for you to actually learn how to live and love your life. And at the top of this post is also the actual link so that you can click on that. So, okay. So I'll just read this. Thanks, Caddy. I'm so glad it helped you. Thanks, Diane. Tara, gives yourself air first. So important. So stuck in the spiral of loss. Leanne, please reach out to me. This Revitalize Your Life will assist you. But I also have, maybe you'd like to download my Life After Loss ebook. So if you go to that website, which is also, I've given you the link at the top of this post as well, that will also assist you as well. But reach out to me. I'm more than happy to have a conversation, because if you're stuck in the spiral of loss, it's no coincidence that you are here today, listening to everything that I've shared today. And if you haven't watched all of it, I highly suggest that you go back, because there are so many beliefs around loss that require us to bust them, because loss doesn't have to be this big scary thing. Our emotions are actually there to assist us. They're our friend. And I know we don't see them that way. It's because it's time for us all to have a perspective shift in the way that we look at loss. So, Leanne, please reach out to me, because the fact that you're aware you're stuck in the spiral of loss, that's the first step for you to start to step out of it. I highly recommend either you download that book or you download and invest $45. That's all it is. To the Revitalize Your Life is $45. That's $1 a day. And believe me, the insights and the awareness that you receive, I always over deliver. And believe me, when you get these 45 days, you could pay that. It's worth 10 times the investment. Thank you, Kerry, for saying it's a great course. I know it's a great course because putting it together is me bringing my 8 years of stuff together to assist you to start to reconnect to you. Because the first step in my 5-step process to move beyond loss is to stop. And this 45 days assists you to stop. It assists you to reconnect to you, to revitalize your life. Because until you reconnect to you, until you find who you are, it makes it a lot harder to move beyond loss, which is why I created this. Because I've worked with people all over the world in my gift of loss process. And believe me, that in every single scenario, no matter what the loss event was, they all realized that they had lost their identity in the relationship, which is why they got stuck in the spiral of loss. They had lost who they are. And that's what this Revitalize Your Life assists you to do. It assists you to come back to you. So I'd like to thank you all to be. I am more than happy for anyone at any time to private message me if you would like to set up a time to have a chat. I'm here to help people to move beyond loss. That's my life's mission. So reach out anytime. Thank you for being here. Look at that. I am done. Leanne, that's what I'm saying. Click on the link to Revitalize Your Life. As I said, it's $45. 45 days. It takes you less than 45 minutes each day to do the activity on average. So it's just an awareness building to get you back to you. But reach out. I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you to see how I can assist you, because that's what I'm here to do, to help people to move beyond loss. And it's time. Your soul has brought you here today. Your higher self has brought you here today because they are assisting you to move beyond loss. And that's what it's all about. I'm over time. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you here next week at the same time, where we'll deep dive into something a little bit different. I was guided this morning on what next week will be all about, but I have to tell you, I've had so much fun. Bye for now, and reach out.